She was only 17 years old, yet accused of one of the most shocking crimes in recent memory. A Georgia teenager, Sarah Grace Patrick, stands trial for allegedly murdering her own mother and stepfather. But what makes this story even more disturbing is not just the crime itself, it's what she did afterward. Reports claim Sarah reached out to true crime influencers, practically begging them to cover her case, calling it a really big hit. Tonight, we're diving deep into the chilling case of Sarah Grace Patrick, the teen who blurred the line between tragedy and twisted fame. To understand the shock surrounding this case, we have to begin with Sarah herself. By all appearances, she was a typical high school student from Cobb County, Georgia. Friends described her as creative, quirky, and sometimes rebellious, but never someone they thought capable of extreme violence. Her social media showed a teenager searching for identity, dabbling in art, makeup, and edgy posts. But behind closed doors, tensions reportedly brewed at home. Sarah lived with her mother, 42-year-old Amanda Patrick, and her stepfather, 50-year-old Charles Wilson. Sources suggest arguments were frequent, mostly about Sarah's behavior, her online life, and her growing defiance of rules. Still, no one could have predicted what would unfold on that February night in 2025. On the evening of February 14th, police were called to the Patrick Wilson residence after neighbors reported disturbing noises. What they found inside was a scene of horror. Amanda and Charles had been brutally attacked, both suffering fatal wounds, though the exact details remained sealed due to Sarah's age. Investigators quickly turned their attention to the teen herself. According to court filings, evidence tied directly back to Sarah, weapons recovered at the scene, her inconsistent statements, and even digital messages allegedly pointing to a plan all became part of the prosecution's case. She was arrested the same night and charged as an adult with 2 counts of murder. If the crime itself wasn't shocking enough, what came after made headlines around the world. Reports emerged that Sarah had reached out to true crime influencers online. She allegedly told them her case would be, quote, a really big hit, like she wanted her story to go viral. It wasn't remorse that people saw, it was performance. In her first court appearance, Sarah walked in smiling, even laughing with her attorney. Photographs captured her smirk, which quickly spread across social media. But in a twist of emotion, moments later she broke down in tears before the judge. Woe extremes that left the public asking, was this an act or a glimpse into the fractured psychology of a teenager in crisis? The internet reacted swiftly. Some called her a manipulative monster. Others questioned if the pressures of fame culture, social media, and mental illness played a role. Could a teen really commit such an act for attention? As Sarah's legal case moves forward, every detail becomes fuel for public fascination. Prosecutors argued the murders were intentional and premeditated. Defense attorneys counter that Sarah is a deeply troubled minor struggling with mental health issues and possibly influenced by the toxic lure of online fame. Courtroom footage has only deepened the fascination. Observers noted Sarah's shifting behavior, calm one moment, sobbing the next, One viral clip shows her whispering and laughing with her attorney, almost as if she forgot the gravity of the situation. Seconds later, she collapses into tears. Too many these swings appear theatrical. To others, they signal a scared child trapped in adult circumstances. Meanwhile, the families of Amanda and Charles are left devastated. In their grief, they've asked the public to remember the victims, not the spectacle surrounding Sarah, and yet it's the spectacle that continues to dominate headlines. This case isn't just about one teen, it's a reflection of something larger in our culture. We live in a world where tragedy can become content, where the line between criminal justice and entertainment has blurred. True crime documentaries trend on Netflix, murder cases become TikTok theories, and even suspects themselves may try to capitalize on the attention. Sarah Grace Patrick may be just one person, but her story forces us to ask her questions. Are we feeding into this cycle by watching, sharing, and speculating? Are some young people growing up seeing infamy as a path to relevance? The answers aren't simple, but what's clear is that this trial and Sarah's disturbing fascination with true crime fame has already become a cultural flashpoint. As of now, Sarah Grace Patrick remains in custody, awaiting the next steps in her trial. If convicted, she could spend the rest of her life behind bars. But whether she is ultimately remembered as a manipulative killer, a mentally ill teenager, or a tragic symbol of internet culture gone wrong, only time and the courts will decide. Cases like Sarah Grace Patrick's remind us that true crime is not just about shocking details, it's about real families, real loss, and real consequences. Amanda and Charles deserved to be remembered for their lives, not just their tragic deaths. What do you think? Was Sarah's behavior a cold performance for attention, or the breakdown of a troubled teen who couldn't handle reality? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more true crime stories from around the world.